And we are here today with an urgent life or death message. Seriously, we want to remind everyone to take safety seriously as possible this Thanksgiving. The COVID-19 cases are surging across the country, including here in South Florida. The numbers are staggering. In Florida, Sunday, more than 10,000 new cases, the largest amount since July. The U.S. hit 11 million confirmed cases, adding 1 million cases alone last week. There have been more than 17,000 deaths in Florida, almost 4,000 in Palm Beach County. And the National Center for Disease predicts 298,000 American deaths by mid-December if we don't start protecting ourselves and our families and our neighbors. And these are not just statistics. This is about people dying alone, virtual funerals, and people missing their mothers, their fathers, their grandparents, even their children when they sit down at the dinner table. And this is about a disease that is out of control and has cost millions of jobs. Now, public health experts from the Centers for Disease Control, and this is a agency that is run by the current President of the United States. So this is not a partisan situation here. This director is now warning that small gatherings at homes are becoming a large source of the outbreaks. Now, we know there's a light at the end of the tunnel for many of us with the possibility of vaccines, but that doesn't mean the pandemic is over. It is not over now. So we have to treat this Thanksgiving differently and as carefully as possible if you want to make it to the next one. And although the holiday season is going to be different, there's many ways we can still enjoy it and connect with our loved ones. So I'm going to pass on advice from our top healthcare professionals. First and foremost, do not travel this Thanksgiving. Tell your friends, your relatives, even your children who are at school to stay put. Instead, and we have a little chart here of some things you can do. You can host a small dinner with members of your household, or a big virtual dinner with anybody you feel like having dinner with. Or if you want, you can have a small outside dinner with mask wearing, social distancing, people bringing their own food and utensils. And we just recommend that everyone goes to the CDC guidelines and give you some more ideas and tell you how to stay safe. We want everyone to remember that people who do not have symptoms can spread this disease. You do not know who you're with, whether they have the disease or not. And so we want everyone to remember to continue to wear a mask, social distance, and be 6 feet away from people who you don't live with. And remember to keep washing your hands and carry your sanitizer. And now I know he will give some words of wisdom, Commissioner Max Bernard. Max, let me get out of your way. Here you go.
Thank you, Congresswoman Lois Frankel. My name is Mac Bernard, County Commissioner for District 7. I want to thank the Congresswoman for arranging this press conference and also having Dr. Kepler Delameda for joining us to address our residents in Palm Beach County. It's a beautiful and windy day in the city of West Palm Beach. As the Thanksgiving holiday week approaches, we have so much to be thankful for. We all must be thankful for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And in the United States, in the past week, we've experienced over 1 million positive cases for COVID-19. In the state of Florida, with over 50,000 cases in Florida, positive cases in the past week, and in Palm Beach County, over 3,300 cases in Palm Beach County. And just yesterday, we experienced 563 cases in Palm Beach County, which was the most positive cases in Palm Beach County since August 1st. And we have a duty and a right to protect the health, safety, and the welfare of our residents, over 1.5 million residents who call Palm Beach County their home. So we're urging our residents in Palm Beach County to follow the CDC guidelines as mentioned by Congresswoman Lois Frankel. And you can go to www.cdc.gov to look at some of those guidelines. And so in some of them, it says to celebrate Thanksgiving at home with people you live with. They tell you to have a virtual Thanksgiving celebration. So we've learned to use Zoom, other platforms, so please celebrate it virtually. And if you're gatherings with family who do not live with you, you can increase, if you gather with families and friends who do not live with you, you can increase the chances of you getting COVID-19. And if you do travel, what we're urging our residents is please check the restrictions on travel wherever you decide to go. Get your flu shots and stay at least 6 feet apart from anyone who does not live with you. We urge you not to travel, but we know some residents have already taken shots and they want to travel, but please be very careful. Make Thanksgiving safe. Wear a mask. Practice social distancing. Stay 6 feet apart from people who do not live with you. Wash your hands. And my recommendation is, with this Thanksgiving, enjoy plenty of fruits and vegetables. You know, I know a lot of people like turkey, but I like my fruits and vegetables, so please enjoy it and have a safe and happy Thanksgiving week. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I think the message that the Congresswoman and the City Commissioner sent is very important. We have a very good opportunity this year to prevent our family members from becoming infected with COVID. We just need to be responsible. The things that we need to do are simple. There are the 3 W's. Watch your distance. Keep 6 feet between you and the next person. Wear a mask and wash your hands. We might be tired of the virus, but the virus is not tired of us. And its intent is to infect as many people as it can. It's a very important time. It's the most celebrated holiday of our culture. It's a quintessential American holiday. And it will be here next year. And will be here for everybody next year if we take the precautions this year to prevent people from getting infected and from perishing from it. We know that small gatherings, even small gatherings, have a potential of being super spreader events. We've had a few super spreading events already in the county over the past couple of weeks. There have been restaurant openings with very high positivity rates in the people that attended the celebrations. This is not a time to be indoors unmasked with other people. This is a time to be outdoors if you must gather with other people. This is not a time to be handling utensils that everybody is touching. So be mindful and protect yourselves so we can have this holiday and many holidays to come.
Anybody want to ask any questions, sir? Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on how Governor DeSantis is handling this pandemic, and what do you think he could be doing to lead us through this right now?
You know, I hate going into Thanksgiving to be critical, but I will say this. I think I would like to see Governor DeSantis really show a lot more leadership. I don't think he's expressing to the public the seriousness of this disease. He's acting like it's not even happening. I saw him yesterday talking about a vaccine. Yeah, we're going to have a vaccine, folks, but the vaccine that you may get next year is not going to protect you today. And I'm very, very worried. That's why we're here. We're just begging people to take this seriously. Don't take a chance because you want to make it to next Thanksgiving. And I'm disappointed with the governor and his lack of leadership on this issue. Yeah.
What's your message to local business owners? What are some things you're hoping?
Well, here's what I think with the business owners. You know, the doctor and myself and commissioner, but especially the doctor, he told everybody how we can get around with our lives if we respect the CDC guidelines. Mask wearing, social distancing, washing your hands, everybody. Remember to wear your mask when you are near people who are not in your immediate household. And if we can do that, we can you can go to the market. You can go to maybe an outside dining situation. So I think what businesses need to do, and I think if we want our businesses to succeed, we have to crush this virus. There's no way for the businesses to succeed if the virus is out of control. And that's another reason why, Thanksgiving is the perfect time for people we know to gather with people who they love and care about. But if you care and love these people, if they're not in your immediate household, stay away this year so you can be with them next year.
I have the same question for Commissioner.
Yeah, go ahead.
And also asking, how do you think businesses are doing here? What's your advice to businesses this going into this holiday where people go out to dinner sometimes, with large gatherings for dinner? And then also, do you think the county should maybe take a step back when it comes to this reopening?
Well, in regards to some of the businesses, some of the restaurants, our goals are to try to make sure that we can keep the restaurants open as possible. But in order for us to do that, we need to have everybody to be all together to make sure that we're practicing the social distancing. But at the same time, we're watching the numbers very closely in the county. We're seeing the numbers going up. So, I believe that, if the numbers continue to go up, most likely the commission will probably come up with a decision in regards to, reducing hours or something like that. But we're watching the numbers, and we're hoping that our businesses can work with us to practice the social distancing, so in that way we do not have to put those restrictions.
And one more thing, you mentioned 563 cases.
Yes.
The amount that we saw back in August 1st. What's it like to kind of take those few steps back to that date?
Well, the numbers, it's been going up lately, and, but back then we had more tools at the county that the governor had allowed us to be able to regulate more. But right now our hands are a little bit more tied where, there's things that we cannot do based on the governor's orders. But what we hope is that we can crush this virus and reduce the numbers to be more manageable. So in that way we do not increase our hospitalizations and that we do not increase ICU and ventilator use in the county.
What are some things you'd like to see?
Well, for me, I just want to see these numbers down completely and for us to have a positivity rate that is below 5%. And so in that way we can do contact tracing. And so in that way we can deal with the virus as expeditiously as possible.
I'm sorry, you mentioned the governor, but there were some limitations. I mean,
Well, in regards to, we had entered into, going into phase 3 in a step-by-step cautious approach. But the governor changed the executive order where he limited in terms of what we can do. What we hope is that we'd love for the governor to allow the counties who are to the south who has been impacted the most by COVID-19 for us to regulate COVID-19 differently, so in that way we can address the needs of our residents. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to follow that up just and to respond again to your question. The governor's leadership has been irresponsible and it's deadly, and he needs to have a statewide mask mandate, and he needs to allow our local governments to enforce that mandate, and he needs to allow the local governments to put in additional restrictions if necessary. Because we are not going to, we all want to get back to normal. We want people to get back to work, our children back to school. But if we don't crush this disease and get it under control, that's not going to happen. And I just, as we close, just to emphasize again, though, this, and why we're here today, because we're not here necessarily to the governor deserves a lot of criticism, but the purpose of this conference is to send the message to everyone who is listening that controlling this virus is in your hands. It is personal responsibility by each and every American and each and every person in this country. That is what's going to crush this virus. By respecting yourself and others, wearing your mask, social distancing, washing your hands, and we are urging people, please have a safe Thanksgiving so we can all have Thanksgiving together next year.